Hi.
Hello.
I think we're live.
Hello.
I think we're all set. Oh, I'm waiting for the video to pop in, but let's do like a quick round of introductions. Thank you so much to everyone who has hopped onto the stream. I'll go first. My name is Lindy Jung. I am a science fiction and fantasy writer pursuing traditional publishing, and I'm going to be working on my gothic adult fantasy.
I guess I'll go. Hi everyone, Kelly. I make videos here on YouTube, mostly vlogs. And tonight I'll actually be doing some work for Augur Society. I volunteer there as an editor, and there's quite a few things to do, so I'll catch up today. Or I might beta read Lynn's story. She sent this.
That's so nerve-wracking.
Wait, yeah, that's so scary, but you're fine. You can do whatever you want.
Watch Kelly
I
read.
don't really care. I'll just associate in the background.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry, it wasn't supposed to be creepy.
No, it's not good.
Is it my turn?
Yes.
Yep.
Hi, my name is Kris. I also make videos on YouTube. And yeah, today I'm going to be working on my, I don't know. I think I'm going to work on The Floating House, which is like my adult fantasy. I'm like in the middle, like I'm in Act 2. So basically the whole book is like a train wreck, and I just like have a pit in my stomach like every time I have to work on it, because I'm like, there's so many problems in the draft, but I can't run away from I just can't run away from it anymore. So I think I will work on it. I literally did no writing today, so
yeah,
that's
I
what
haven't
I'm
done
gonna
writing
do.
in a long time, but we'll get some good words in. If you're in the chat, drop what you're working on and what your goals are for today. I think we're probably only gonna do like an hour, maybe a little bit over, because of like scheduling constraints, but we'll get some stuff done. Oh wow, the chat is popping. What the heck? Oh, Caitlin's here. Hi, Caitlin. Oh my gosh, it's so nice to see you. I love this. I love seeing familiar names and like people I've been chatting with. Mimi said something really nice. Having your stream and Andy and Alyssa. Oh my god. Okay, I was trying to purposefully schedule this one to not
Wait,
overlap
are they
with
streaming
anyone.
right now too?
Yes, they started an hour before us.
Oh,
But hopefully, like I think there's going to be a little bit of overlap, but hopefully we're not like stealing their thunder. I tried so hard to not have this overlap with anyone, and I still failed.
it is November. I feel like a lot of writing streams are happening.
Yeah, there's been like one, I feel like almost every day of the week, at least from people I know, which is so awesome. Oh, someone got a partial request. That's really exciting.
Ooh, congrats.
Did y'all do the Powerpuff Girls colors on purpose in the thumbnail? Why do we get this comment?
Oh my god, that's the second time we got that.
We are the Powerpuff Girls. It's perfect.
That's so funny.
Wait, can I say something?
Yes. Oh my
Like,
gosh.
do you think we look similar, like all three of us right now?
It's our glasses.
I feel like that's a microaggression, but I also think that we do kind of look similar. Because oh my god, like every time I have so many like Asian girl friends, right? And like I feel like in every social situation I've been in, there's always a white person who's like, you guys look so similar, or like, oh my god, I mixed you up with so and so, and I'm like, if you don't shut up right now. But I do kind of think we look similar.
Yeah, I think like in this moment, I think it's the glasses.
It's the glasses and like our
green
style.
and the hair.
Yeah. Someone said you guys look like sisters. I can't lie. What's funny is we're all different ethnicities. Like we're all a different kind of Asian. So yeah, sure. Caitlin also has the circle glasses, so we have a fourth sibling. There we go.
They're the best glasses.
They are. I can't go back. Like I don't feel like I look good in any other type of glasses.
Same.
But yeah, I was going to say my own mom mixes us up, so that probably says something.
My mom also watches all of your videos, so she'll be like, "Oh, how's Lynn liking Wisconsin?" It's so bad. I'm like,
"Oh, that's so cute."
I'm like, "What?" And she'd be like, "Oh yeah, like I can't believe Lynn had that issue with her parking."
Oh my god.
I don't know. Maybe my mom is watching this right now. Hi, Mom.
Hi, Kris's mom.
Hi.
Thank you for being concerned about my well-being. I don't know if our mom. Whoa, my mom watches our videos consistently. But if I like have you playing, she'll be like, "Oh, are you watching your own video?" I'm like, "No, I'm not a sociopath, so I don't do that."
Actually, my mom thinks we all sound similar. Like she thinks
Really?
I was like, oh my god.
I can see it in like our pitch, maybe. We all have like not a deep voice, but like it's not high, it's medium. I'm so good at words. This is why I'm a writer, but I can kind of see that. But I think there's other people in author too who have like a similar cadence. Okay. Shall we write? If anyone has questions, you can also drop questions, but you know, we are here to hypothetically get some writing done. Was a 20-minute sprint okay with you guys, or do you want to do something shorter?
Yeah, I think 20 is good.
We can do 20.
Okay, let's do 20. All right, everyone in chat, get ready. Ooh, I like to kind of keep track of my word count just to see. Okay, I'm at 16,000. That's really embarrassing. It hasn't gone up since my last vlog.
Okay.
I haven't written in like a month.
All right, let's get some words in.
Yep.
Okay. Cool. How did that go for you guys?
I didn't write much. I was like editing the top of the chapter.
Yeah, that's still progress.
Yeah.
I did nothing. I mean,
Real.
It's just really no. I did stuff, but like it's just really slow. We had like we have yearly microfiction contests winners, and so I'm just trying to upload their pieces onto the website.
Wait, that's so cool.
Oh, nice. Wait, how many winners do you pick?
So this year there was one for poetry and one for fiction. And last year it was organized a bit differently. So I think we had 4 winners last year. Like 2 for the Tails and Feathers, kind of like, I don't know what to call, like a sister magazine, and then 2 from Augur. Yeah.
Nice.
Yep. Lynn, how was it for you?
It was okay. I think I added like 500 words, but because when I was like prepping the chapters to send to you guys, I probably cut like 300. I feel like I'm just making up that amount.
Wait, so how far are you in your project now?
I'm still in Act 1. I have like, well, I have most of Act 1 drafted. It's really choppy, and then I have like parts of the climax because the climax I couldn't get it out of my head, so I just wanted to write it.
Oh, that's so interesting. You like jump ahead like that.
Yeah, I skip around. Otherwise, I don't know. Especially for a kind of a first draft, an exploratory draft. Like a lot of the world building and stuff is I'm putting in the details now because I have like a macro kind of looser idea of the world building and the magic system.
Yeah.
But I'm throwing in like a bunch of details now as they come to me, and then I'm going to trim and only keep what I need. It's kind of
true.
That's cool. I have yet to jump around when drafting.
I feel like I can't do it on a first draft. I'm so like linear about everything.
Yeah, I think for me too. Even though I kind of like fast draft, but I like to try it out. I mean, I would like to try it out.
Yeah. It definitely doesn't. I don't think it would work for everyone. I don't even think it works for me.
Anything works as long as the book is written.
True. True.
Also, okay, I tore through your chapters, Lynn. Like I just like inhaled it in one sitting. Guys, like this book, I was like screaming my pants off. Like I was like, oh my god, it's so good. Like
wait, what the
I don't know if you've read her chapters yet, but they're so good. I remember when I first read Moths. Well, I think I read a few drafts of your first opening chapters of Moths, but then the most recent draft of Moths, I remember giving you feedback and being like, oh, this is like a perfect like opening, like this is a perfect first act, blah blah blah. And then I was like, okay, Lynn has really outdone herself with this next book. Like it was so good.
Oh my god, no, thank you.
I was like, I need this like printed right now. Like I have to like be the one that like prints this manuscript, binds it, and just like puts it in the bookstore, like because I'll do it.
I was at that point with Local Heavens. I was like, if this doesn't get picked up soon. Thankfully it did. Okay, for a second I was like, wait, did I just spoil that? But you announced it's all good. Everyone, Heavens on Goodreads.
Oh yeah, Goodreads, Storygraph.
Give it 5 stars.
I deleted Goodreads, so I'm never opening that cursed website ever again. I still like want to use it to like update my reading. So like my account is still up, and like I still like add things to it periodically, but then I shouldn't have tied it to my personal account because now it's just like I can't like separate the author account and like the reader account, you know?
Yeah.
I kind of goofed.
You can create a burner account.
Yeah, I know, but like all my stuff is like already on that one.
Yeah. That's, like,
yeah.
Oh my gosh. I moved to the Storygraph a while ago. I also added Heavens on the Storygraph, and it's like much less social. Like that's less of an aspect, so it feels more like a personal log.
I should really commit to just using it.
I feel like I went over a few years ago. I never really used Goodreads though. Like I never reviewed heavily or like did anything like that. But it's people like get famous off it, like or like you know niche internet micro celebrities, but it's like they get whole careers. It's so interesting.
No, I have a burner Goodreads account. I'll admit it.
Everyone look for Kelly's burner Goodreads account.
I had it since I was like 13, so there's some gnarly reviews on that account.
Oh my god.
Wait, that's like such a long time.
I know.
Yeah, 13.
30. It's been
Yeah.
like 15 years.
How old is the Goodreads website? Not that you're old, Kelly. I'm just like, I feel like the internet is young. Okay.
I know.
I did pull up a question. So as someone who's thinking of going trad pub, how do you know if your concept is good enough for the market / publishing? My book isn't anything quite like what's popular right now. I don't
Relatable.
think, writing to trends. I don't know.
I feel like you both have better good advice for this, or good answers.
I guess I think I have a formulated thought. Mine is that because it takes so long for most people to write a book and like polish it to the point where it would be, you know, good enough for an agent, and then it takes so long on submission, like I feel like it's a moot point to write to trends, but I also think it's good to think about marketability in terms of like, okay, I hate to say it, but like what tropes does this fit into? How would I describe this book in like a log line or an elevator pitch, like in that sense? And some tropes are perennial, and a catchy commercial hook is always going to be a catchy commercial hook. But I think that like not so much concerning yourself about what's popular in the moment in this very instance, but kind of thinking of that macro marketing lens in a sense where you're thinking of the pitch and how you would put this book forward. I don't know. Kris, any thoughts?
Yeah, I really sympathize with this because I was on submission with a book that I still get chills like thinking about some of the like editor passes that we got, because it was really like when you're like at the querying or submission stage and to like just be getting rejections that are like, this book is objective, or not, sorry, I shouldn't say objectively, but like agents and editors saying things like, your writing is really good, like this is a good book, but I can't take it on because it doesn't fit my taste, or we can't take it on because we don't know. So what you'll hear from a lot of editors when you get to submission is, we just don't know how to break it out in the way that it deserves, or we don't know how to break it out in a big way. And they're not being like, evasive. Like they're really just saying like, this doesn't exactly fit with like the expertise of our editorial team. And so I really relate to the sentiment of like a lot of authors like worrying about like, I'm not writing for the market. So I think similar to what you were saying, Lynn, like I think the ones that I think are worth pursuing for trad pub are the concepts that you can confidently pitch easily, like in a single sentence, in a way that sounds like, snappy, I guess. And like really practice like what that log line or elevator pitch is. And then and like I think that's like a lot more important than being like, oh, romantasy is big right now, only romantasy is worth publishing, because I don't think that's true. The big splashy deals right now are definitely romantasy, but if you follow a lot of writers, like you will see that like a lot of different kinds of books are getting published. It's not at like, trends come and go, and like by the time you finish something that you think is like super super trendy, and you're only writing it because you think it's going to sell and not because you think that this story means a lot to you, like you're going to burn out really bad. Like I think that you're going to feel so resentful about your writing. So whenever I get asked the question like, how do you know if like I should publish this book that I'm currently working on, it's just like, how badly do you need this story to be told? Like I think it's like, will it keep you up at night? Like if you're not the one telling this story. And like, I think that should be the main thing that motivates you.
That was so well said.
Yeah. I have trauma from sub, you guys. Like I hated being on submission. It was so awful.
Yeah. Sub is not fun.
Yeah.
I think like you should definitely write the book you want to write regardless of the like what's popular, the tropes out there. Just because if that's something you want to do, I would just say like go for it.
Yeah.
That's those are my thoughts.
I agree. Yeah, and I think that at the end of the day, I mean, it's a fine line because if you're really passionate about a book and it dies, then that's also very tragic and can be really creatively devastating. But
But
like
it
that
just means that
passion is
maybe it's
gonna,
not your debut. Like you could publish it later.
yeah, exactly. That's what I've been telling myself.
Yeah.
But yeah, like that passion is what's gonna carry you through this whole industry and all the waiting and yeah.
Yeah, I heard like Leigh Bardugo's Ninth House was actually one of the first books she wrote prior to Shadow and Bone.
Yeah.
Yeah, and when I think about that book, I'm like, that makes sense that it would be really difficult to position around the time that Shadow and Bone came out.
Yeah.
Because paranormal was kind of starting to like die down a little bit, and then it came back and was marketed more as like urban fantasy / like dark academia, and yeah, it's all about the timing.
Yeah, it really is timing.
Okay, another question. What's a trope or element you want to write / explore, but you haven't gotten the chance to?
Ooh.
Okay, I have one, but I'll let you both go first.
I have so much. Yeah,
I guess we all have a lot.
For tropes, I'm like, I want to really, my pipe dream is to do enemies to lovers like really, really well, but I can't think of a way to do it yet. So I usually just write like vaguely positioned against each other.
Yeah, that's always like, yeah, that's kind of a natural way to write.
Yeah.
Yeah, and have some conflict.
I think for me, probably like star-crossed lovers, because I realized that all the things I loved watching as a kid, like the couple like never ends up together. So I want to write like the most devastating book where the couple doesn't get together.
I would read that.
I want it to be like a 3-book, like a long series. They still don't get together.
Oh my god, Kelly's like admitting to inflicting pain. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I gotta like. That's what I felt for like all my life.
That's diabolical, but true to life.
That is so crazy. Yeah, that's true actually. Oh, so I have so many things I want to write. Like I just feel like I haven't written my best books yet. I think one thing that I always think of is I want to write something that takes place over a long period of time. Like something really grand in scale. Intergenerational or sorry, multi-generational, or even like really cosmic. I just don't have a premise, but like I love stories that like truly span like time and space, and like where the effects of like what one person does like has ripple effects down like thousands of years, you know. I don't have the craft level to write that yet. And I don't even know thematically like what kind of story I'd want to tell, but that's something that I always think about. Like, oh my gosh, that'd be so fun.
Yeah, that sounds so fun.
Yeah, I'd read that.
One of my favorite books. Oh, sorry. One of my favorite books is East of Eden, and I really like what
I haven't read it.
did with the generation. It was
yeah.
I feel like that would be so good, Kris. Like I would pick that up. Like
I need to do some reading for sure to be like, what story do I want to tell? Like, is it science fantasy? Like, what am I even saying? I don't know.
Science fantasy would be awesome. Caitlin asks, what are your fave kinds of characters to write and why? Mine is evil women.
You have such a brand for that. Yeah.
I think it's because I'm like an evil woman, but repressed.
Like in another life, like I was committing crime.
Yes.
I think I like to write a little bit unhinged characters. Like, yeah.
Anything unhinged. Yeah. I don't know. All of my main characters have been so different from each other. I think I like characters who are like low-key unhinged. Like they don't start out unhinged, but they sort of slowly become unhinged.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
I don't think
process.
I've like fully done that yet, but
I can see
yeah.
like glimmers of it in LH for
Yeah,
sure.
I was just gonna
Yeah,
say that
yeah,
too.
Unschooling, of
Yeah.
yeah. That is kind of like what I had in mind. I remember like when I first started writing the book, I was like, but I think in general, I just kind of like writing like emotionally stunted characters who like really like don't know how to like grapple with their emotions, and then like a lot of the book is like dealt with them like acting out because of like the fact that they don't know how to like confront their like traumas and stuff like that.
Yes.
It's fun.
I'm just gonna do a few more questions and then we can go into the next stream. Oh my god, I'm so behind on the chat. A lot of people had like input on writing not to trends, just writing what works for you. And then this one was about literary magazines, and we all kind of have like different experience in that, so I figured it'd be interesting to answer. How do you guys deal with long wait times for lit mags to get back to you? And do you guys ever send out pieces you know aren't super good to get more used to rejection?
So I always have something out. I think I have at least like 5 things out at once, just because it is really slow, and you should maybe just accept that it'll be slow. And, like, unfortunately, that's just the way it is, not just with like TradPub, but also with markets too. Like I sent I sent a short story, no, sorry, a few poems in May or June, and I just heard back like 2 weeks ago. So that's like
Yeah.
almost half the year. Um, so I would just send it out, like just keep subbing, because a lot of the times it's not about like if your story is good or not. It really is about, is this the right fit? And I I read a lot of the like the slush pile for Augur, and there's some like really good ones we get. So I would just say keep submitting, and when I like see you say like super good, like I feel like that's subjective. So I would just say keep submitting, and if you really want like feedback, like maybe you can ask someone to read it for you.
Yeah. Yeah, as someone who's also read Slush, I'm taking a little bit of break this cycle because it's been just so wild with grad school, but I've been reading Slush for probably like a year now, and it is such a high volume. So I think like making sure you send out quality pieces is good. And also some magazines are faster in response than others. There's like ways to check kind of what the standard response time is. Clark's World is like 2 days. Like they're always on top of
Oh,
it.
really?
Yeah, they're quick. It's a rejection, but it's quick. And maybe it won't be a rejection.
Better fast rejections than like 6 months out.
Yeah, I agree. And like I get it.
Mhm.
It's so like most of the reading that gets done at a literary magazine is like volunteer unpaid, and it's people doing it when they can. And I think we've had like 600 submissions in a cycle before. Like it's truly a
Crazy.
very large volume,
Yeah.
and we want to read carefully and make sure that like every piece is getting its best shot. So it's slow for a reason. And yeah, just for like your own from the submission side, for that protecting yourself kind of sake, I'd say just keep submitting and keep putting out the best work possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so long. Like I know it's like I can't do it. We can't do anything about it. Like
Yeah.
I try not to refresh like every day. Sometimes they use like Moksha. That's like sometimes you submit to a portal. Some magazines do it through email. Just distract yourself, I think.
Yeah. This is, I think, also from the same person. And it's like, do you have any tips on getting published in lit magazines? And I guess like just making sure you know the market, like specifically the magazine and the kinds of stories they publish. That's always really helpful to look at, like following prompts and guidelines. But it's all luck of the draw. Like there's going to be several other pieces in competition. They're all going to do different things well and different things not so well. So just like keep submitting, and you can submit the same piece to like as many magazines as you want. Maybe not at the same time, depending on simultaneous subs, but it's good to like, I feel like with my first story that I ever sent out, because I sent out like 2 around the same time, and one became my debut short, and the other one I just didn't send it out anywhere else. Like I could have sent that piece out other places, but the initial rejection, I was like, oh, okay, it's not good. But that's like not true. So just keep trying.
Yeah, I guess like so I'm like lead editing another like a new issue for next year, and I think the way pieces get curated, it also depends because let's say you wrote like a really good like unicorn story, like there just so could be like another really good unicorn story like someone else submitted. In that case, a market might not want to publish two like unicorn stories, even though they're both like really, really good. And at that point, it'll just come down to like the subjective taste of the editors and what they are fighting for and what's also kind of like aligning with the other pieces that the magazine is going to publish. So yeah, I would say like just keep subbing.
Yeah,
Mhm.
just keep going. Eventually, one's gonna hit. Yeah, going for unpaid too. I know it sucks to not get paid for your work, but that's like a good way to get kind of some experience with how things work. And they're usually less competitive because they're not paid, but not always. Great. So do you guys want to do another sprint?
Yeah, sorry, we
Okay.
talked
No,
so
no,
much.
yeah.
I personally, I like talking with you guys, and I like answering
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
questions.
I love it.
Mhm. Okay. Should we do 20 or what? How are we on time, Kelly?
Oh, we're good. Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to do
We can-
20 or do you wanna do like 15?
Oh, we can do 20. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm good
Yeah,
until
I
like
think
9:30-ish.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
Thanks.
I just keep having to do the math in my head because it's 7:48.
Oh, no worries.
But all right, let's go ahead and start.
Okay.
Oh, that was the timer. That took me a minute. How'd that go for everyone?
It was good. My stuff is like kind of like manual work, so it was okay.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
editing of it.
Yeah. What about you?
Yeah, it's okay. I really want to reach. I'm at like 16,863 words total, and I want to hit like 17K at least. So I might do some more writing after we're done. But yeah, it looks like we had a great migration over from Andy and Alyssa's stream. Thank you everyone who came over from there. I had a really good time with them.
Oh my god. Wow.
I think some people had both of us open, like the two separate.
That's crazy.
Oh my god.
Y'all are talented.
I know.
I brought the cat.
We both have kitties on our beds.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
I
literally, she hangs out in my brother's room all the time. Like that's her room. But sometimes I like pick her up and like whisk her onto the bed. And then if she's really sleepy, she won't leave. So
Aww.
Sometimes you have to force the love.
yeah. She is such a snappy cat.
Oh, she's so cute though.
I know, I love
Let me
her.
say hi to the people, Clemmy.
She's a celebrity. Hi,
She's so asleep right now.
Yeah, actually, I'm just sleeping here.
Oh my god. So cute. Ooh, okay. People got a bunch of words in. Some like other people are editing. Nice. Good job, everyone. Everyone's just reacting to the cat. Or the cat.
Yeah. I held her up to the camera for a bit.
Wait, I love that. I miss Monty because I could like do stuff like that with him, just pick him up and be like, but my girl cats are more sensitive.
Yeah.
Great. If anyone has any questions, I think we can probably, it's 9:10 right now for you guys, right?
Yeah.
It's maybe like the next little bit can be questions, and then we'll probably be done for today. Unless we want to do like a really quick sprint. I don't know. It kind of depends on what the vibes are.
Yeah. Honestly, feel free to stay on if I have to go, yeah.
Wait, no, I feel so bad.
No, it's okay. Yeah, I was
like, it's okay.
No, it's totally fine.
I'm like a grandma, so I will go.
Okay.
I think I have a question for you guys. What are your writing goals for the upcoming year, 2025?
Don't ask me.
I usually don't make any, yeah.
I would like to edit the young adult fantasy.
Yeah. I think that's like,
goal.
yeah, that's a good goal versus like I want to finish versus or just saying like I want to work on this thing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna work on Project Crips for the foreseeable future, but I really hope to have it done in the next couple months.
Yeah. I also want to, I think like before we got an offer on Local Heavens, I was gonna send this book to my agent by like Thanksgiving. But now it's been like way pushed out because I kept having to like go back and forth between the manuscripts. But I would love to like just like have my agent like deliver the manuscripts by like before spring. I don't know. Like I don't want to hang on to it for too long because sub is so long.
Yeah. I feel good. You've been describing the Floating House as like gothic fantasy, right?
I'm gonna run that by people because I think there's gothic elements. Whether or not it is like a full-fledged gothic fantasy is like, I don't know. I'll have to see because there's definitely, I see overlap, but like I think that what is like the scientific definition of a gothic fantasy? I don't know.
I got gothic vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
don't know why I agreed. I have not started reading the excerpts yet, but I will very soon.
Okay.
I've been so busy. Yeah, that's fair. Gothic is like such a very specific thing, but it's also so nebulous.
Yeah.
This is so random. I'm gonna try to keep this short, but in one of my classes, we talk a lot about like the philosophy of science, like what is science, and I feel like that a lot of that applies to genre because they're both cultural, right? Like science is a cultural element, and so is literary genres or like media genres. And we were talking in this past week of class about like the boundaries of science and how we choose to draw the boundaries in like the West versus other cultures. Because we were talking about like, should acupuncture be considered like real science and what does that even mean? And yeah, thinking about that in relation to genre, I feel like the boundaries can be as loose as you want them to be.
Yeah, my whole thing is like I hate like labeling genres. Like I don't even like the distinction between literary and commercial fiction, to be honest.
Yeah.
But they have to exist because marketing and
yeah.
I'm
almost like, let me just write it and then marketing can figure out what it
right? Like
is.
why is it my problem?
Yeah.
I like that.
Question from Arcane. This is random. Do any of you consider yourselves introverts?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, Kris, you are. Oh shoot.
I think I have both tendencies because I really enjoy like going out. I don't go out very often. And I tested like ENFP like my whole life, but I've definitely become like more introverted as I have gotten older, just because I like to sleep early now.
Yeah, that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, that's so funny. I'm an ENTP. I would consider myself a socially anxious extrovert.
Really?
But it's also because like I don't think I could be a teacher if I weren't this much of a people person.
Yeah.
In a way, I care less about like what students think of me, and I feel like I care a lot what my peers think of me. So I get very like anxious in those situations. So I'm more extroverted in the classroom. Maybe
that makes sense though. I feel like I feel like I'm the opposite, where I'm like a really social introvert. Like I love like talking to people, but it like I also really like being by myself. Like I'm an INFJ. Like I've been an INFJ like my whole life.
Oh, okay.
So
wow, I like how we all did the personality tests.
Yeah. I had a big phase for the Myers-Briggs.
Yeah, me too.
Writing. Oh my
Same.
god.
I know it's like, okay, people are like, oh my god, that's not real science. My party trick in university was literally like if I knew someone just like, even a little bit, I could be like, I could guess their Myers.
Wait, I used to be like that too. And you know what? I was even worse. I was even creepier because I started like putting together a spreadsheet of everything. No, okay. And then I stopped doing it because I just remembered. Like I never forgot the information.
That's crazy.
Oh my gosh. Wait, that's so amazing. Wait, Kris, do you think ours, like me and Kelly, are accurate then? Like our Myers-Briggs?
You said, wait, Kelly, you said ENFP?
Yeah.
And then Lynn, you said
ENTP.
ENTP. I think Kelly's is really accurate. I think actually, I think Lynn, you are accurate. Like I think the T is very like much your like STEM
like
science
background.
And like that makes sense.
Yeah.
I think in high school when I took it, I got ENFP and then I got a STEM degree and it started being so STEM ruins your life and your personality, but that's fine. Ooh, what's a song or album you listen to while writing? It changes. I make playlists.
I listen to lo-fi.
Yeah, and I listen to jazz actually.
Yeah,
I can't write with lyrics, so it has to be like instrument.
Yeah. I listen to a lot of like cinema scores, so movie soundtracks, but like the instrumental stuff. Yeah.
There's a Spotify playlist called like classical, like background jazz. I've been listening to that while I've been reading recently.
I love jazz. I could only listen to like one thing for the rest of my life.
Oh
gosh. Do you play
that's very LH.
It is. Wait, you're so right.
Even before that, I was just like I feel like since I was a kid, I've just been like
Oh,
really big on jazz. I don't know why.
Interesting.
Awesome.
That's
Yeah.
that's unusual for a kid, but I like it.
I don't know. But my music taste is very broad. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mine is too. And then people will be like, everyone's is broad. I'm like, no, you don't understand.
No, like I will listen to anything. Like,
Yeah.
some people
I
are
listen-
like, I listen to everything except for country. Like, I could get behind some country songs.
I love country. I don't like
Yeah.
modern country so much, but like there's a lot of good modern country also. I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's burn through these. Do you have any advice for not letting doubt in your inner editor ruin your love of a story? I've stopped and started numerous stories in the drafting stage. Determination. I don't know.
Yeah, just do it. I believe in you.
Yeah. I think, to be honest, like I just really believe in the idea of like everything can be fixed. Like, and it's much, much better to finish a quote unquote bad draft than to like never finish a story. Cause like you learn so much about like writing just from finishing a book. I think I've gotten a lot better about not letting my like inner editor like stop me from writing. I mostly just like not getting beta reader feedback too early and like just like focusing on like my own love for the story for as long as I can. And then I also just know that like I can fix things. Like nothing is final, and also like no one has to read the book until I say so. So yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. That was a really good answer. Thank you. Okay, there's like a lot of questions. So this one is interesting. I've been thinking a lot about like the YouTube side of things recently, just like philosophically. But as a YouTuber, how do you manage keeping people interested in your story without spoiling the plot? Because I have to edit my videos down to keep the mystery alive.
This is such an interesting question. Actually, like I think I literally posted a TikTok about this like today because someone had commented on one of my videos saying like they were like really scared of like plagiarism and like having your idea stolen, which like totally valid. I have heard that happen to people. That's so scary. I think okay, so for me, I also edit out a lot of things. Like I yap, and then when I watch my videos like multiple times, and then like the next day, sometimes I'm like, maybe I shouldn't have said that. So I think it's just like getting it out of your system, even if you don't upload it, is like good. And then I honestly feel like for the type of people that watch like writing vlogs or AuthorTube, a lot of people are just really interested in like you as a person and like your thoughts on craft and your journey and like how you're like navigating your own individual writing journey, because that's why I watch like other people. I don't even necessarily watch it because like I like need to know everything about their story, you know? So
yeah, I really
I
agree with that. I also, for me, when I'm like considering what I'm going to share, it's usually like a lot of my vlogs, I'll be actively working on my story. What I share every time is like the pitch, basically the elevator pitch, some genre information, some character information. But when I'm actually talking about the writing, I'm talking about it in much broader strokes. So I'll be talking about how I'm tackling theme in this moment, or like what I'm going to do with this character arc without being too specific. I think that might be like the education side of me where I'm just like, I'm going to turn this into a lesson. Everything can be a lesson. But it's also my way of like talking through my process in a way that I don't know if it's helpful at all to anyone, but it's not too specific, and it also will like appeal to people who are trying to glean a little bit into my process. So I guess getting to know me as a person a little bit, and also kind of maybe start thinking like, if I run into this issue, how would I tackle it in my own work?
yeah.
For me, I agree with like both of you, but I do think that most people when they're watching vlogs are watching for the process side, because one of the projects I'm working on, I didn't even reveal the genre, so I barely talk about it. And I don't think anyone even noticed this, because I think people are watching for like, like the pros, like how do you fit writing into like such busy, like our busy schedule. So I think that's what I try to focus on. I actually don't think YouTube will ever like sell my books if I do publish, because I think we're all writers and we're just trying to like learn from each other. So for me, it's just more of like sharing my process.
Yeah, that's the other thing, is that like I am not really on here to sell. I mean, I don't have any books to sell. It's really just the joy of sharing the process, and also to promote Local Heavens by KM Fajardo coming out next fall.
Oh my god, we should have a
YouTube
stream
channel.
party. Oh my god.
Oh my gosh,
Oh
we
my
should.
God.
We'll definitely do that.
Yeah, a little virtual, not a launch probably. You probably have better things to do on the actual launch day, but like
No, I'll just be hiding. I'll be like, okay, now people can read it.
yeah.
But like I did not even share the premise of Local Heavens until we went on submission. And so that must have been like almost a year of vlogs. Like I never shared the premise. Like I never said it was a retelling. I just shared like the genre. And I feel like my channel like still saw like, you know, steady growth, and I have made like, you know, friends through YouTube and stuff.
Yeah.
Good question.
Yeah, that was a good question. This one is interesting because none of us have a degree in creative writing, but double majors to do with writing. I don't know. It kind of depends on like what other passions you have in your life, because I feel like most people realistically will want to have like a day job or an outside career.
Yeah, I think it depends like where you're based and like what schools you're interested in, because like yeah, I went to a school that had like different kinds of specializations, so that like you could pivot into like, you know, not necessarily like you could do like literature, but then you could also do, I forgot what it was called, but it was like, you know, something that's like a little bit more technical. Or like there was one program near me that like you could do arts but also business. But like I live in Canada, so it like really depends where you live. And you also have to ask yourself like, what else are you passionate about?
Yeah, and I think you don't necessarily need to have a major in writing to want to pursue writing. Like none of us have like technically like a writing degree. But yeah, I know a lot of like writers who majored in linguistics. Like I majored in linguistics too. It's not really like writing, but it's related to like you know, writing systems and like phonetics and like speech and things like that. So that could be accent or maybe English too. But I think that if you want to pursue writing, like definitely just do it all the time, like on the side. You don't necessarily need a degree to keep writing and keep learning.
Yeah, I agree. I do see the value of a creative writing degree, or like specifically, I know quite a few people, excuse me, who have like a master's. Because the other thing is that in like, at least in the US, like a bachelor's degree in creative writing is going to be a lot less of the actual like fun stuff of getting that degree, it seems like. Like you'll mostly be doing a lot of reading and analysis versus actually getting out there and writing stuff. And the other thing is that I've heard that most creative writing programs don't really talk about the reality of the industry.
Yeah, it's like a craft, and it's much more focused on the craft.
Yeah,
It's
which
like
is good.
Yeah.
Especially if you're interested in that. But if you feel like maybe I could study craft on my own. But yeah, it totally depends on like what direction you think your life is going to take, which is such a big ask for a high school student. And I'm sorry, but there's always like the option of, you know, like a separate bachelor's degree, and then maybe you can do a master's or an MFA in creative writing as well.
Yeah.
Great. Okay, I think that is our time. It's 8:30 for me, so I'm guessing like 9:30 for you guys. Yeah, thank you so much to everyone who joined us on this stream. Yeah, we'll definitely have to schedule another one, guys, because I can't believe our last one was in July, but also our schedules are a little bit wild right now. So
yeah, let's do another one soon.
Yeah, definitely.
I like answering the questions more than the writing part.
Me too.
Writing sucks.
I hate writing. Yes, I really love interacting with everyone, and I love how lively the chats get. So I'll let you guys know, or you know, I'll let chat know when we do another one. have a good night or day, whatever your time zone makes it.
Bye.
Bye.
I always do the